Bless the name of the Lord. Good evening, everybody out there. We just want to bless God for tonight, for one more time, for giving us the strength, the power, and the grace to come to His presence again. God has been great to us. Had it not been His mercy, had it not been His grace, had it not been His hand, the enemy would have consume or destroy us by this time. With all that we went through, we are still alive because of His grace. With all that the enemy thrown at us, we are still breathing. We are still praying. We are still hoping. We are still believing. We are still pressing on. It's not because of anything. It's because of His grace. His grace has been sufficient in our life. His mercies has been gracious to us, and therefore we bless God for all that He has done for us up to this day. We've dodged another bullet. We dodge a bullet every day. We dodge a bullet every day. When the enemy thought that he had us, God intervened. When the enemy thought that our end has come, when even we to a point of thinking that our end has come, God made a way for us, all because of His purpose and His destiny over our life. I remember God said something to Jacob. He said, I will not leave you, neither will I forsake you. And He said, I will bring you back to this place, and I will perform every word that I've spoken concerning your life. God was saying to Jacob that, listen, Jacob, it doesn't matter what you go through. I have given you my word. I have promised you a better end. And I don't care what you go through. One thing that I want you to be sure of, that I will not leave you, neither will I forsake you, until I have bring my word to pass concerning your life. As long as God has a covenant with us, as long as God has promised you something, nothing can take you away until the word of the Lord has come to pass in your life. It doesn't matter the tragedy. It doesn't matter the difficulties. It doesn't matter the setback. It doesn't matter the pain. It doesn't matter the prison. It doesn't matter the trouble that the enemy will throw at you. One thing that you got to be sure of, the word that have been spoken over your life. You are not going anywhere until the word has come to pass. God is saying to us that we are not going anywhere until His word has come to pass. If we die before the word, that means God becomes a lie. And God is not a lie. When something takes you away before the manifestation, that means the word of the Lord did not come to pass. And God is saying that I stand by my word. Whenever I give my word, I stand by my word. And my word never return unto me void, but accomplish every purpose that I sent for my word. So tonight I want to assure you that whatever that God has begun with you, He's going to finish with you. It doesn't matter what. Whatever that God has begun with you, He's going to finish with you. If God has given you a prophecy, He will make sure that the word has come to pass concerning your life. And I want us to talk about a man by the name Zerubbabel in the book of Zechariah. The Bible talk in the book of Zechariah chapter number 4 verse number 6 that when God gave Zerubbabel an assignment to build a temple for him, it got to a point that it became hard on Zerubbabel, that Zerubbabel thought the word would never come to pass. Zerubbabel, being a former governor of Judea, thought he could use his influence to build the temple that God gave to him, and the assignment that God gave to him. And the guy tried to one point that Zerubbabel became frustrated. Zerubbabel became discouraged. Zerubbabel became very depressed of the assignment that was given to him. To one point he went into hiding, and he could not believe that he had tried his best, all that he knew, and yet still a decree, a law has been issued for a temporal hold on the temple. And the guy being, like I said, being a former governor, had a lot of connections. Zerubbabel had a lot of connection, and he thought he could use his connections and his influence to do what God had instructed him to do. And he hit a wall, he hit a resistance. So, Zerubbabel went into hiding. And that is when the word of the Lord came to Zechariah, to Zerubbabel. The prophet received a revelation to Zerubbabel, and the Lord said, go tell Zerubbabel, it is not by his might, neither by his power, but by my spirit, saith the Lord, my God. What the Lord is telling you tonight, that whatever assignment that he has given to you, it is not based on your connection. It is not your know-how. It's not by your ability. It is not by your knowledge. It is by his spirit that will perform and bring the word to pass. And he said, tell Zerubbabel that the very hand that have laid the foundation, the same hand will finish it. The very hand that have laid the foundation, the same hand will finish it. What God is telling you tonight, that whatever that he has begun with you, he's going to finish with you. You are not going to die for anybody to continue the job, the assignment that God has given to you. You are not going to die for anybody to take your place. God designed you for this assignment. God designed you for this prophecy. God designed you for this job. You are the one that can fulfill that purpose in life. So God is saying that I will finish with you whatever that I've begun with you. The Bible says, being confident of this very thing, that he that has begun a good work in you will accomplish it. My God. He that has begun a good work in you, God that has begun a good work in you, God that has begun the ministry with you, God that has begun that business with you, God that has begun that family with you, whatever that God has begun with you, God is sending a message to you tonight that he will finish with you. It doesn't matter the situation, it doesn't matter the circumstances. Maybe you've tried as much as you can. Maybe you've used all the energy, all the connections, all the wisdom, all the knowledge, all the understanding that you have. Yet still it's not going anywhere. And as a result of that, you are thinking that the word is not coming to pass. Some of us has given up on hope. Some of us has given up on trying. Some of us has given up on the vision. Some of us has given up on the ministry because of the situation right now. But I'm here to tell you that don't make decisions based on your situation. Make decisions based on the prophetic word. Make decisions based on what God has said concerning your life. For the very God that has begun the work with you, the same God will finish it. God promised the children of Israel the Canaan, and he said the land flow with milk and honey. Go take the land; it belongs to you. I have given you the land by my wisdom, by my insight, by my word. I have given you the. Go take the land; it belongs to you. And the Bible said Moses sent 12 tribes, 12 spies to go spy the land. And the Bible said that when they went and spied the land, the land was good according to the promises of God. But there were giants in the land. My God. Whatever prophecy, whatever vision, whatever revelation that God has given to you, I want you to know that there are also giants in the land. You will never, or you can never take the land without conquering or destroying the giant. The giant stands as a resistance to your ministry. The giant stands as a resistance to the vision. The giant stands as a resistance to the business. The giant stands as a resistance to the marriage. The giant stands as a resistance to the prophetic word. You can never conquer a land without conquering the giant. God will never give you a promise without facing a resistance. So when the 12 went to spy the land, 10 of them brought bad report according to what they saw with their eyes. But church, we got to understand that we don't live by sight, we live by faith. We as a people of God, we as a sons of God, we as a friends of God, we as a children of God, we as a citizen of the ambassador of the kingdom of God, ladies and gentlemen, we don't live by sight, but we live by faith. The Bible said without faith, it is impossible to please God. So we don't live by what we see, we live according to the promises of God. If God has promised, he will deliver. If God has promised, he will deliver. So the 10 of the spies went back with evil report. They said, listen, we went to the land, we saw the land. The land is as good as God promised us. My God. The land is as fertile as God promised us. But there are giants over the land. And we stand before them as grasshoppers, and therefore we cannot take the land. But Caleb and Joshua brought a different report. Caleb and Joshua said, yes, there are giants in the land, but God says the land belongs to us, and therefore we are well able. It doesn't matter the sons of Anaks. It doesn't matter the insufficiency. It doesn't matter the resistance. It doesn't matter what people are saying. It doesn't matter the bank account. It doesn't matter the state of the business. God is saying, I have made you a billionaire. So either you believe the report of the Lord or you believe in your circumstance. And that was the question that the prophet Isaiah asked the people. Now, whose report did you believe? My God. In this situation, whose report did you believe? And the people said, we shall believe the report of the Lord. You see, the situation is telling you different story from what God has promised you. The circumstance, the bank account, the marriage, the ministry, the community, the nation, your family is telling you different story from what God had told you. But the question is, whose report did you believe? If you're going to believe your circumstance, you will act like grasshoppers. The people said we were in their eyes like grasshoppers. And the Bible said, God said, as long as you are saying to me, you are like grasshoppers before the people, I will let them treat you like grasshoppers. I will let the people treat you like grasshoppers. Church, we are well able, not because of our strength. We are well able because God had promised us. We can do it not because of our capabilities. We can do it not because of our education. We can do it not because of our connection. We can do it because God is with us. And the Bible says, if God be for us, who can be against us? If the Lord is on our side, we are more than a conqueror. If the Lord had promised us, he will bring his word to pass. All we need is faith and focus. Whenever we start losing faith, we will start losing our focus. And whenever we start losing our focus, we're going to do things that God is not asking us to do. When Saul lost faith in a situation, lost faith in God, he did what he wasn't supposed to do. Anytime we lose faith in God, we are going to do things that God doesn't want us to do. And that is when chaos started coming into our life. But I'm here to tell you, whatever God has begun with you, God will finish with you. The very hand that have laid the foundation, the same hand will finish it. The very hand that have laid the foundation, the same hand will finish it. If God has started the business with you, he will finish the business with you. If God has started that ministry with you, he will finish whatever he has said he will do in your life. Let's talk about a man by the name Joseph. Joseph was a man that received so many prophecies from God. Ladies and gentlemen, his brothers sold him into slavery. It got to a point that it became humanly impossible for Joseph to become what God had declared concerning his life. The Bible said finally Joseph found himself in jail. What a tragedy. Joseph found himself in jail for a sin that he did not commit. Some of us are going through some stuff that we cannot understand why. But I want you to understand that you will never understand until you get to the end of your life. Your life right now doesn't make any sense, but it will make sense when you get to the end of the road. All that you're going through is part of the journey for God to make you whatever he wants to make you. And I want to encourage you tonight to stay strong and don't give up. Don't throw the towel in. Just believe in God. For there is nothing that God cannot do. He has done it before and he will do it again. When God met Moses, what God did is to introduce himself to Moses. He said, Moses, I am that I am. And he said, Moses, you can check my resume. You can check my history. You can check my record. You can check my credit. I'm good. He said, I am the God of Abraham. You check with Abraham. You go ask Abraham. Ask Isaac. When I called Abraham, Abraham had nothing when I called him. But I promised Abraham that I'll make him a father of all nations. I promised Abraham that he will be great in life. Boy, oh boy, Abraham went through difficulties. It got to a point that Abraham did not believe the word would come to pass. But because I am a great and powerful God, because I am so great and nothing can stop me from whatever that I say I'm going to do, I perform my covenant with Abraham. And it's a check with Isaac. When I gave Isaac my word, Isaac went through difficulties. There was nothing that Isaac didn't go through. He went through hot waters. He went through difficult time. He went through tough time. But finally, I brought my word to pass concerning his life. And it's a check with Jacob too. It was tough on Jacob. But finally, I fulfilled my promise with Jacob. Whatever that I began with Jacob, I finished with Jacob. Whatever that I began with Abraham, I finished with Abraham. Whatever that I began with Isaac, I finished with Isaac. And he said to Moses, listen, I am the same God. I change it not. The God of yesterday, today, and forever. I'm giving you my word, Moses, and I'll perform my word with you. Tonight, God is saying to you tonight, he has given you his word, and he is not going to break his word for nothing. He will accomplish every purpose that he sent for his word. God is saying to you tonight, grass withered, flower faded, but my word stands with me. God is saying to you tonight, heaven and earth will pass away, but my word will never fail concerning your life. What God is saying to you, hold on to your faith. Don't lose focus. Don't lose focus. What the enemy is trying to do is for you to lose your focus, because focus is everything. Your focus determines your reality. What you focus on, believe on, press on becomes your reality. The enemy wants you to believe in something that doesn't exist. But God is saying, stay strong, hold on to his word, and don't give up. Don't give up. In difficult time, cry unto me. My God. In difficult time, cry unto me. One of David's success is in ministry. David will never do anything without consulting God. In difficult time, in good time, in bad time, whatever it is, David will see God. David said, I sought the Lord in times of trouble. He heard my cry and he delivered me from all my fears. God said to Zerubbabel, you've started a good job. I started with you and I'm going to finish with you. It doesn't matter what, I'm going to finish with you. So tonight, I came by to tell you, we are living in a very difficult time. Nothing is stable. The economy is unstable. The government is unstable. Nothing is stable. David said, when I look up to the hills, where cometh my help? David is saying, nothing is stable. I can't depend on nothing. The only person I can depend is on God. Currencies are unstable. Businesses are unstable. Nothing is stable. But there is one person who is stable. That is God Almighty. He never changed. He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So David said, when I look up to the hills, where cometh my help? My help will come from the name of the Lord, who maketh the heavens and the earth. He is our refuge. He is our fortress. He is our peace. He is our provider. He is our captain in times of war. Let us trust in him, depend on him. The Bible says, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. And that person will say, he is my refuge. He is my fortress. He is my God. In whom shall I trust? And the Bible says, he that trusts in the Lord shall be made fat. Are you here with me? He that trusts in the Lord, he that trusts in the Lord, he that trusts in the Lord, he that trusts in the Lord shall be made fat. If you want to be fat in your financial life, if you want to be fat in your social life, if you want to be fat in your relationship, if you want to be fat in that business, let us trust God. In the world that everything is unstable right now, it is only one person that is stable, that is God. Let us believe, let us trust, let us hold on to his word, for his word shall surely come to pass. Whatever God has begun with us, he's going to finish with us. It doesn't matter what the situation looked like. Zerubbabel went into hiding because the word wasn't come to pass, because there was too much resistance to the situation. But finally, the word of the Lord came to pass. Finally, the word of the Lord came to pass. Finally, the word of the Lord came to pass. Anybody who don't really know your story will never understand your glory. A glory is coming. Blessing is coming. Breakthrough is coming. Honor is coming. Healing is coming. Promotion is coming. Whatever God has said is coming. It's on his way coming. Are you here with me? It's connected to time. Prophecy, revelation, dream, rhema. Whatever God has promised you is connected to time. If you're going to hold on to his word, it shall surely come to pass. He that has begun a good work in you, he will finish with you. Don't give up. God is on your side. He hadn't given up on you, and don't give up on him. The only way you can give up is the day that you die. Once you live, you hope. Once you breathe, you hope. Once you are alive, the vision is still alive. Once you are still kicking, the vision is still kicking. Keep dreaming, and it shall come to pass. God bless you. Again, my name is Pastor Kwame. Let's keep praying. Let's keep believing. Faithful is he that have called us, and he will do it. He that have begun a good work will finish with you. God bless you. Continue to pray. Continue to believe, and it shall come to pass. God bless you all. Have a great night.